Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get right into today's video. So for today, I'm going to be doing a little bit of a different video, but this has been highly requested in my comments of the video clip that I'm showing you now of my nail room tour. And I just wanted to organize my nail room a little bit different. So I thought I would go ahead and show you this, which is before, and then I would go ahead and film me organizing it. And then in the end, I will show how it looks after I have organized it. So I am not used to filming videos like this, so I did not have the best setup. So the video quality and camera angles might be a little bit awkward. But because I get so many suggestions on uploading videos about how I organize all my nail stuff, organization tips and tricks, and just everything like that, I really just wanted to go ahead and film myself doing this. I also thought it was very satisfying to watch back. I have those satisfying videos where I just enjoy watching them, and this was definitely one of them. I loved editing this video and just watching it back as I am doing my voiceover. I just think it's so satisfying to watch everything go in its place and then look at my nail area and just think, wow, I did that. This did take me a long time, and it took You'll watch me go from one hoodie to another hoodie and then no hoodie. And this just took me a long time trying to figure out where I wanted to place everything. But I did know that I wanted to put my polygel on this shelf that my boyfriend built me. I just felt like it was going to look a lot better. And instead of those little clear acrylic gel polish shelves where I did have them on, I just thought this was going to look a lot better, and I was right about that. The only thing was I didn't technically have enough room, so I did have to double layer some rows and even triple layer some rows. But these two top shelves, I did not do that just because they were colored bottles and white bottles. And to me personally, I like the aesthetic of colored or white polygel bottles. So I didn't do it on those two shelves, but the next two shelves actually have all black gel polish bottles, or polygel bottles, my bad. And I did have to double layer and triple layer those just because I have so many polygels. But I just really like the way this shelf looked, and honestly I'm just gonna kind of let this play out because there's not much to talk about and it's kind of just like a watching process. But I just remove everything from the shelf. I practically just put it on the floor. I don't throw it. I was gonna say I throw it on the floor, but I do not throw it. And then I just set it on the floor, and then once I am all finished with the polygel shelf, I will then come back to all of those gel polishes, and I will also hop back on and talk about what I'm doing. But at first I started using some double-sided tape, but then I realized that I actually don't need to use any double-sided tape on this shelf because the shelves are wide enough, and it kind of bothers me. My boyfriend built this for me. I didn't help too much, but I kind of did. Either way, these shelves are a little bit too wide for nail products, and it kind of takes up space that could be used. So it's kind of a bummer, but it's okay. I still love this shelf, and honestly, I really love how this shelf looks in the end. I also did a few other little things in my nail area. I filmed some and I also didn't film some, but make sure you stay till the end to see my updated nail area. Kind of like a tour, but not really a tour. It's just kind of like an overlook. I also wanted to say that this is a pretty short video just because I really sped up the process of me doing this. Like, this literally took me so long to do. I don't even know how long, just because it wasn't like I hated doing it. I actually enjoyed doing it and it moved fast, but I know it did take a big proportion out of my day because I was planning on filming another video and I didn't even have enough time to do that. So this definitely took a big proportion of my day, but I really enjoyed doing it, and the end product I just loved so much. You can see here all of the polygels on the shelf. This is just the first layer of polygels on the shelf. And then right here, I lowered it a little bit so you can see that the bottom shelf is actually like taller. It's like a really tall shelf, and we did this so I could place other products on it. But now that I'm using it for my polygel, I don't really like how big that shelf is because it could be two more shelving, like shelves that I could use for my polygel, and then I wouldn't have to do this step right here. So as you can see, I'm now taking my other remaining polygel bottles, tubes, and placing them in front of the previous layer that I put in the back. Honestly, I didn't think I was going to have to do this. This shelving unit is super big and very long shelves, so I thought I was going to have enough space for all of my polygels, but I did not, so I sadly did have to do this, and it was kind of a bummer. I just didn't like the way it took out from the back products, and then if I want a back polygel, it would just like be tricky and I couldn't just grab it, or I couldn't just see all of my polygels. They had to be like lined doubles, so I didn't really like that, but I had to do what I had to do. And I'm also glad that I had enough where I could triple and double these two layers and not have to cover any of my like white polygel bottles or the colored polygel bottles. For some reason, I just personally don't care for the black polygel bottles. I have a feeling just because most companies do use black polygel bottles, as you can tell. I just think it's more fun to see like a white or a colored polygel bottle. Not that it really matters, because I felt like the shelf still looked so good with all of the polygels just stacked out like this. I just really loved it. You can see here that I made a mistake and put the black ones up with the colored ones, and I'm now moving them down. I just think this is so satisfying. Like the way it's sped up, where it's hard to see that it's sped up, but you can tell. I just think it looks so good because honestly, it took me a lot longer to place each bottle because like I am very OCD, and I actually placed these TOBEGLAM polygels on here, but then I cut the video and I did it all over again. I would recommend using like double-sided tape to place these ones if you're doing it on a shelf, or have something where if they knock over they wouldn't fall directly on the floor. Like my little shelf here doesn't have any stopper to catch the bottles from falling, so I did use double-sided tape and it helped out a lot. Also, it just made it look a lot nicer and not all crammed in there, as you can see kind of down in the right hand corner. But now going up to the top shelf here, at first I was not going to use this shelf. I was going to keep my Femi Beauty decorations and also my name blocks, but I did decide that I have these bigger 60 ml, 50 ml, 30 ml polygel bottles that I just didn't want to mix in with the 15 mls just because I thought it would look a little bit weird. So I did just put these up here. I put the black bottles in the back, and then obviously Macart polygel bottles are white. So I actually decided to put those on the outside, and I really like that I did that because even though it had to be a double layer again, I just like that I was able to put the white bottles on the outside because I just personally like white bottles. I just really loved the way this shelf looked. Make sure you stay till the end. I will be showing an overlook of it. I should have added like a clip in now, but stay till the end. I promise I'll show what the shelf looks like. But now we're moving on to these clear acrylic shelves. The only bad thing about these clear acrylic shelves was because I used them for my polygel, I did need to place some double-sided tape in there because, you know, polygel bottles are not specifically meant for these clear acrylic shelving units. So the polygel bottles would like fall all over and fall off, and I'm OCD. I didn't like if one was out of place, so I had to lay down some double-sided tape so I could have the polygels perfectly stacked and nicely and straight and everything like that. But the problem is now that I'm not using these for polygel, I could have just removed that double-sided tape, but it would not budge. It was stuck. Like, it was so stuck on there, and it was kind of a bummer because now I'm gonna have to deal with, like, when I want a gel polish, unsticking it from the double-sided tape. I didn't really have a problem with that with the polygel bottles because I wouldn't always reach for polygels because I feel like I do a lot more product reviews on polygels and I'm using new polygels or like a specific color of polygel. So I didn't really have that problem with that, but I feel like now that the gel polishes are on here with the double-sided tape, it might be a little bit harder when I'm grabbing a gel polish. But it's okay because you can't see the double-sided tape really once I had on all of the gel polishes. So I'm okay with it, but I just wanted to let you guys know that is why the double-sided tape is there. With these shelves, they are meant for gel polish, so you do not need to add the double-sided tape. Your gel polish bottles will stand on these and stay on them just fine. And I will have these linked down below because I love them so much. I have like eight or nine, maybe even 10 of these, and I just love them so much. So I'm taking all of my Awesome Color and Macart gel polishes. These were all of the gel polishes that I took down from the wooden shelf, and I am just placing them on these clear acrylic shelving units. So with these Macart square and rectangle gel polish bottles, they do take up a lot of space, and honestly I feel like in the future I will have to make the space a little bit more convenient and put them sideways so you can't see the color. But for now I did have enough of these clear acrylic shelves where I could put them facing towards like the normal way and see the colored label. But they just take up space on this acrylic shelving unit, and it's just like not using all the space, and I just don't really like it. On the end of each row of gel polish, I could actually fit another one of these square gel polish bottles sideways and it would work perfectly. So now I'm quickly moving over to here. I just thought I would go ahead and film. I'm just taking these small dippies and placing them on this shelf here. I did kind of change it in the end, but I thought it looked all right over here. I didn't love it, but I didn't really know where else to put these right now. So I just put them here for now, and I thought it looked pretty good. Now here I just went ahead and put in my shelf back to where it was. And then I'm also taking the two other Macart gel polish shelves and placing them here on my brown stand where they belong. And this video, I believe it's almost finished up here. Yeah, I think it is. I did a few touches off camera. I added some curtain lights. I purchased them from Five Below. I was going to get them from Amazon, but then I saw them at Five Below and I'm like, only $5, getting those. Here is an overlook. I absolutely love it, and I will definitely be doing more videos like this. I definitely want to do a video like on nail decor, on about like organization and stuff like that. I also put some nail decor on one of those hanging clear shelves. I put my name up there. I just really love this a lot better. It's just so cute. Here's like a little glitter filter. I just loved it so much, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, and I will see you guys next time.